Hello and welcome to the first episode of the ongoing series. This series will be on a variety of topics and aircrafts, and you can ask if you like a certain topic by posting a comment on any video, by emailing, or by using Facebook. For episode 1, I'll be taking off and landing with different aircrafts at this airport, which is quite a major bug on FSX. The airport code is SVAS. Now this is the first example. It's a 747-400 with full payload and full fuel. And as you can see, it just goes right off the runway, as it just will not take off on such a short runway. Now this is the same aircraft landing with the same payload and fuel. Now it is very hard to line up the runway unless you're using navigation or GPS. In this instance I didn't use either, just to see how hard it really was to line up with the runway. To land at this airport, you have to come in very low at the ground level, and then dip down with full flaps on a very low throttle. Then just as you level out, put the throttle to idle, and then when you touch down, brake hard, going to reverse thrusts and put spoilers up. You may want to use spoilers at this point to lift the nose of the aircraft up to try and level out. Even so, it does smack down on the runway. The aircraft still goes off the runway and ends up going into the side of this ditch. Now this is the 747-400 skill. However, this time it has no payload and only 1% of fuel in each tank. Now as you can see, it is a lot easier to lift the aircraft up a lot earlier. However, you do have to make a very steep climb and put the gears and flaps in almost instantly. I had to turn in this instance as there was a slight more of a ditch to the left. You then need to level out as soon as you're above the ditch so that you can prevent a stall. In my next example, this is the 737-800 taking off on the same runway. This time it has full payload and full fuel, and it seems to take off easily. And as you can see, you can pull up very quickly. Once again, you need to level out as soon as you're above the ditch. This is now an Embraer 170 taking off from the same runway with full payload and full fuel. This aircraft does take a little more runway until you can actually pull back. However, it then is an ease to get out of the ditch. This aircraft is the Airbus A318 with full payload and full fuel. The Airbus A318 takes up almost all the runway to take off. As it takes so much runway to take off, you must pull back on the stick a lot more, which then stalls the aircraft. There are some aircraft that have no problem taking off in an airport like this, such as the Eurofighter. It takes off almost instantly after going to full throttle. And for my final example, I'll be landing this Cessna plane on runway 5. As with such a light aircraft, it's quite easy to land, as you can come in a lot slower and dip down into the ditch a lot easier. There's also another bug with this airport, as you'll now see, that if you go to a certain viewpoint, the runway just disappears. Okay, and thanks for watching the first episode of the ongoing series. If you'd like to see more of this airport in a more variety of planes, just leave a comment. Next time, on the ongoing series in episode 2, it'll be a barrel roll. Please take a look at my website, and thanks for watching.